Hey everybody, welcome in. In this video, I am going to create a dodecahedron. I know you're like, what did you just call me? Those are fighting words. So a dodecahedron is basically, it's a 12-sided solid where every side is a pentagon, right? And then all the sides of the pentagon are equal length. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do. There's many different ways that you could probably go about doing this in Inventor. But I'm going to show you one way that I found, which doesn't take too long. Is you can probably impress your friends. Like they're going to think you spent, days and days and weeks on it, and months, maybe even a year. You'll be like, yeah, but you know what? I persevered and finally finished it. Anyway, I'll stop talking and let's get down to some action. So I'm going to go to new. I'm going to go to metric, standard millimeters. I'm going to click on the create button. I'm going to start a 2D sketch. I'm going to use the XZ plane here. And then I want to rotate my view cube by clicking on this left arrow here so that now the top reads kind of the way it should. I'm going to then go up to rectangle. I want to go all the way down to select the polygon option. I want to change the number of sides from 6 or whatever yours might say to 5. And then I'm going to use the inscribed option here. I don't think it matters, but I'm going to go with this inscribed one. I'm going to start my shape by clicking the center green dot and just kind of drag it out. And it doesn't really matter what orientation or size for this particular moment in time because we're going to fix this in just a minute. So I'm going to click there to kind of place my shape. And I'm going to click on the done button. And now I'm going to go up to the vertical constraint option. I'm going to click this left side line just to make that vertical right there. I want to dimension that line. That's going to be 10. Got it way too big, so I'm going to zoom in. You can make that whatever size you want. Just remember what you chose. All right, so then I'm going to create some construction lines. So under format here, I'm going to click on the construction button. And I'm going to draw a square using the 2-point rectangle option. I'm going to start my square on this center dot. Just kind of click it and then drag up and to the left. I'm going to drag way out because it's easier to change things in a minute. So just randomly click a spot where your square goes, in this top left quadrant. And then what I want to do is I'm going to use the equal constraint. So I'm going to select the top line, the side. That way it forces that to become a square. And then I'm going to use the coincident constraint. I'm going to look for the midpoint of this construction line at the bottom. So click that green dot, which is the midpoint. And then I'm going to select anywhere on this line here so that the midpoint of that line kind of locks into this vertical line of our pentagon. So that's that. And then I want to create one more construction line from this top left corner here to the midpoint where we put that. And then I'm going to right click, hit OK. I want to add some dimensions on here. I know we're fully constrained already, but these are kind of important. So I'm going to click on my dimension. I'm going to click this left construction line, click this right pointy side over here. I'm going to drag it up. It's going to say we're over constrained. I'm going to say I'm going to accept it anyway. Then I want to add another dimension. So dimension this angle here. So this line, this vertical line, I'm going to drag it up. It's going to say it's going to over constrain it. We're going to accept it anyway. So that's pretty the hard work we got done right there. I want to show you, if you come up to the top and you see that little fancy F and the X, that's the parameters kind of dialog box here. So you can kind of see as we create dimensions, it kind of numbers those dimensions. So we started off with, I don't know why they start off with dimension 0, but the first dimension that we placed on there was this 10 millimeter dimension. So that is what is in the equation here. And then D1 is going to be, that's the second dimension that we placed, right? So it depends on which order you place these. And that D1 is going to be this distance here. And then D2 is going to be this angle that we added. So make sure that I remember those, because we're gonna use these later. I just want to kind of show you where these numbers come from that I'm gonna add into the next sketch that we're gonna do. So I'm gonna click done here. I'm gonna finish my sketch, and then I'm gonna go up to extrude. So for the height of my extrusion, I want it to be the same number as the distance here that we added. So instead of typing in like 22.27, or instead of clicking on here, I'm just gonna, in the distance A, I'm gonna type in D1. And then for the taper A, that's gonna be the same angle as the one that we dimensioned over here. So that's gonna be dimension 2, or D2. And then I'm gonna hit the OK. So that's kind of like 1/2 of our dodecahedron. So then what we want to do is I'm going to start another sketch on this top plane. I'm going to rotate this back around so it reads top like that. I'm going to create another polygon or pentagon. Make sure it has 5 sides. I'm going to select the center and kind of drag it out. I'm going to try to make it to where the line on the right is kind of straight up and down. Doesn't have to be exact. I'm going to click done. And then I want to use my vertical constraint. Select this line on the right this time. Straighten that up. For the dimension, that's going to be D0, which was the 10 that we used to create that first dimension. Like so. Okay, then let's see. I'm going to finish my sketch. I want to extrude this, but I'm going to use the intersect option. I want, for the distance here, I want this to be, that's going to be D1. And that's going to go all the way through. And we're going to, for the taper, that's going to be D2. Now you kind of see it come to shape, or come to whatever. Anyway, so we're going to go through all. I don't know where I was going to go with that. So through all. Yeah, make sure through all is like that. So there is that is basically our completed dodecahedron. So this is, every side is a pentagon. All these sides are the same length. In our case, they're all 10. So if I went up to like tools, measure, I click a line, you can see it's 10 millimeters. Click another one, 10 millimeters. Yeah, so all of those are the same. What I want to do here is I'm going to go to view. I like shaded with edges so I can kind of see the edges stand out. You can go to shadows, reflections, change the lighting, sharp highlights. Let me, yeah, whichever way you want, I don't know. So if I want this to kind of look like that, I would, let's see, I'm gonna right click, set current view as home, fit to view. This would be, if I click the right here and just right click and make that my set current view as front. Now when I select this, that still threw my shadow on the other side. Anyway, whatever, be that way. I want to, you can change the shadows direction, but I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna put it on light red. I don't know why you get that shiny thing. Maybe not. Maybe it's kind of real shiny on that one side. Let me put this thing on smooth off-white. That looks better. All right, so there. I'm gonna save this as dodecahedron. I've created a few of these already. So I'm gonna save it as dodecahedron. Let's save over any ones that I've already created. Save. Yes, I want to replace it. All right, so anyway, there's how you can create that. Probably a little bit less stressful than what people assume, because if you look at that, you're like, holy cow, how am I going to create that? But that was pretty easy, right? So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. I hope that was helpful and hope to see y'all back. All right, peace.